Write fractions as decimals. It's important to remember an earlier lesson from this year in which we understood that the representation of 1/10 is equal to a 1 in the tenths place. We also understood that 1 out of 100, which is 1/100th, is represented as 0.01 with a 1 in the hundredths place. That will help you remember and understand why we're doing today's lesson. So our first example asks us to write 2/5 as a decimal. So our first step is to write the fraction as an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 10. Or 100. And this also goes for a thousandths place if we really wanted to go out further. So if I take a look at 2/5, how can I get to 10? Well, I could multiply 2/5 by 2. And that would give me 4/10. And now I know that the 4 has to go in the tenths place. And so I can write that as 0.4. And so the second step, which I actually already did, is to write the fraction with a denominator of 10 or 100 as a decimal. And so this part is what I did right here. So one more example is what happens if we have a hundredths place situation. Say I have to write 3/4 as a decimal. Well, 3/4, I can't multiply anything by 4 to get to 10. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. But I can multiply by another number to get to 100. And that would be 25. If I think about money in quarters, I know there are 4 quarters in a dollar, so I know that there are 4 25s in 100. And so that would give me 75 out of 100. And now that I have a hundredths place visible in my denominator, I can express that as 0. And then put 75 in the hundredths place.